Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. This video is just going to be a quick little video on some tips for stimulant withdrawal. Specifically amphetamines. Those are really the only stimulants I know of that can cause withdrawal symptoms. And stimulant withdrawal typically isn't seen as excruciating or serious as, say, opioid or benzo withdrawal. It's really just some mild symptoms that I got a list here. Some things you can do to cope with it. Some people it can be really bad. Specifically, just serious depression, anxiety, such things like that. But anyways, so I got some notes right here. But some symptoms of stimulant withdrawal are excessive tiredness or insomnia. It can go either way. No appetite or extreme appetite, anxiety, panic attacks, that's pretty normal for any type of withdrawal symptom, and depression, which again is very normal, and body aches, muscle aches, and just general tiredness, physical tiredness, not necessarily you want to go to sleep tiredness, but just physical body tiredness all over. Um, yeah, and some supplements. I'll start out with just some supplements you can take. For anxiety, you could try theanine. It is a GABA and dopamine affecting drug, which means it can both help with the anxiety and it can help with the tiredness. Phenibut is a little more serious. I would only use that if theanine doesn't work. Phenibut is a GABA B agonist, and it affects the same receptors as gabapentin, the calcium channels, and in higher doses affects the GABA A receptor. So that's what you can do for anxiety and depression. So depression, typically from stimulant withdrawal, depression is caused by your body not having dopamine and not getting the dopamine rush it's used to. So you can try some dopamine precursors. Tyrosine is a dopamine precursor, or levodopa. Hey, sorry for the interruption, but I got mixed up. I meant to say phenylalanine, and I said levodopa. Phenylalanine is the dopamine precursor. I'm not sure. I know levodopa is used to treat Parkinson's. It might be a dopamine precursor, but I do know that it is not over the counter. But yes, I meant to say phenylalanine. And next up is phenylethylamine. Now this is not phenylalanine; it's phenylethylamine. I'll leave a link in the description on where you can buy it. But phenylethylamine actually provides like a stimulant rush. It is a psychoactive drug, but there's this complicated thing. I'll just leave a link in the description. Let's get into some pharmaceuticals that you could go to your doctor and ask or buy. It's clonidine that will help with the blood pressure issues. I know stimulant withdrawal can cause anxiety, and anxiety raises blood pressure, so clonidine will be helpful for blood pressure. Or propranolol, that's pretty much the same thing as clonidine. And you could benzos. You could go and I would not. If you go to a doctor and say I'm withdrawing from stimulants, they aren't going to give you benzos. But if you have some or you have your own script, I would use those for the panic attacks because they're not going to give you anything for stimulant withdrawal. Okay. Yeah, and here's some just other general things you can take. I actually got NAC. Now this affects the monoamines, so this would be good for the depression angle. It affects dopamine and serotonin. It releases it, I guess, mildly, so it does provide mild stimulant effects. But this will also, if you're trying to if you are trying to come off the stimulants for good, this is good choice because it's used in treatment of addiction. So you can also use acetyl L-carnitine or alpha lipoic acid. So This is a double. It works for both. It's got both of them in one pill, but acetyl L-carnitine, or L-car as it's referred to, and alpha lipoic acid, ALA, work very good together. They strengthen each other. They both can raise dopamine, which in turn could cure depression. And acetyl L-carnitine, also affects serotonin and is actually being studied for use as an antidepressant. So there you go. And just some other general things you could take. Kratom. Kratom could help. It Kratom affects monoamines, so your dopamine would be getting raised. You could do kava. Kava would be good for anxiety. And valerian root and chamomile. Valerian and chamomile you could try. But just remember, stay hydrated. Eat something. Remember to stay replenished. So if you need to take a multivitamin, take one. And if smoking and vaping could help if you are a smoker or a vapor. But yeah, this video was just some tips on stimulant withdrawal. These tips would also work for Benzodrex withdrawal. But anyways, I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.